Now, President Moon Jae-in is using his United Nations visit to promote the 2018 PyeongChang Winter Olympics and remind the world of the Olympic message of peace. Our chief Blue House correspondent Moon Conn-young files this report from New York.
It's day 2 of President Moon Jae-in's 4-day visit to New York, and already he's met with a number of global leaders on the sidelines of the 72nd United Nations General Assembly. Now, the president kicked off the day by continuing his efforts to promote the PyeongChang Winter Olympics to be held in South Korea's eastern winter town of PyeongChang. His first meeting on this Tuesday, talks with International Olympic Committee President Thomas Bach.
And I'm sure that today we can discuss how we can really make these Olympic Winter Games together the success we want it to be.
거기에 대해서 요즘 북한의 핵과 미사일 도발로 한반도를 비롯해서 동북아 지역의 여러 가지 안보상의 불안을 야기시키고 있기 때문에 이럴 때 온 세계가 평창 올림픽을 보란 듯이 성공시키는 그런 이 안보 불안을 씻어내고 지역의 안정, 평화, 화합을 이루는 데 큰 도움이 될 것입니다.
Since his arrival in New York Monday afternoon, South Korean President Moon has been seeking to assure the world community that the upcoming Winter Games in his country will be held peacefully, dismissing the possibility of any conflict with North Korea.
The president also said, should South Korea's Olympic truce declaration be adopted with the support of many countries on November 13th, it will help remove security concerns, and North Korea's participation in the Games will further help guarantee that security.
The tradition of the Olympic truce dates back to the 9th century BC in ancient Greece. The IOC decided to revive the ancient concept, and since 1993, the UN General Assembly has been urging member states to observe the Olympic truce from the 7th day before the opening to the 7th day following the closing of each Olympic Games. President Moon again called for collective efforts by the international community to swiftly and fundamentally solve North Korea's nuclear problem in a peaceful manner at a state luncheon hosted by the UN Secretary General in a UN meeting hall on this Tuesday. Over pan-seared beef and potatoes with 10 other world leaders, including U.S. President Donald Trump and Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. The South Korean leader also asked those attending the power lunch for their support in PyeongChang's hosting of the Winter Games as one for peace. And just a little while ago, President Moon Jae-in received the annual Global Citizen Award by the Atlantic Council, which is an American think tank in the field of international affairs. The council said it has recognized the President of the Republic of Korea for his lifelong dedication to the advocacy of human rights and democracy through his achievements as a human rights lawyer and his efforts to diffuse tensions with North Korea and contribute to regional stability. Moon Conn-young, Arirang News, New York.